Why are you retiring?
With trash.
What changed? What made you?
This shit is trash, garbage.
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
Tomato.
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like the talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything?
Fed up with it.
Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford and or Leonard Edelby usually they're around to?
You think you might regain the love for it though? You never know. Like say you got a swap today.
So, Gervonta Davis just dropped a bombshell on the boxing world and announced his final opponent for 2025. We've all been speculating about who Tank's final opponent would be, and now we've got the official answer. And trust me, it's gonna be a fight you do not want to miss. Imagine the ultimate showdown between a former mentor and his protege, and the tension that's been brewing for years finally coming to a head. Oh, and did I mention that this fight might not just be any regular fight? We're talking about the kind of drama, beef, and history that could make this one of the biggest pay-per-view events of all time. But wait, before I tell you who Tank's final opponent is, let's break down the road to this moment, the fallout between these two, and why this fight could end up being the perfect send-off for one of boxing's biggest stars. Let's break it down. So, first things first, let's talk about Gervonta Davis. Tank has been a major force in the boxing world for a while now, and his power, speed, and skill have made him a superstar.
What your balance felt like?
He's currently gearing up for a big fight with Lamont Roach Jr. on March 1st, 2025 at the Barclays Center, which is going to be one of the most exciting fights to watch in the lightweight division.
You know when they start talking, when the people who I fight, when they start talking, that's when y'all get them. I'm gonna beat his ass for y'all talking. For real. So y'all better be quiet.
I don't give a fuck if y'all was quiet, if y'all was loud.
We got the whole hood over there, like twisted up. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Y'all can do whatever y'all want. My mother, he can't stop nothing over here.
None of that.
Not at all.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna f him up.
Not at all. Never. Nothing's gonna get fucked up over here. What do I look like getting fucked up?
Okay.
That shit.
Okay.
That shit ain't never gonna stop nothing over here.
And he gonna pay for it. I guarantee he pay for it. I guarantee it.
Calm down. Calm down, brother.
Come to the fight. Come to the fight.
They probably gonna get you fucked up.
Roach is no joke. He's got great skills and an unrelenting style.
Just overall being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubt himself. But I'm a competitor, and I feel like I'm the best. So I'm a show up.
When he talks about you not bringing your family, what goes through your mind when you hear him say that?
I ain't worried about that.
This fight is expected to be a massive test for Tank, but with the way Tank has been looking in training, it's hard to bet against him.
No, I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle. It's going to be a tough night for Roach, but you can never count him out. You know, watching him fight up close and personal, he's sneaky good, which means he can catch you at any time. He can land combinations sometimes at will without you even knowing it. You know, he's that sneaky. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But, obviously Gervonta Davis has the experience. He has the knowledge. He has that mean streak in him that will take you out with any punch.
But here's the kicker. After this fight, Davis has already announced that he's planning to hang up the gloves. Yep, you heard that right.
I'll turn things over to you, Tang. This is a huge fight for the DMV area. Does that add a little extra motivation, him being from DC, from Baltimore, going into this fight?
Not really. Like, I've been coming up and coming to DC like for a minute since I was young, so I don't really see like, you know, like the.
It's more so for the
back
crowd. It ain't necessarily between me and him, DC, Baltimore. But like for the crowd, it definitely is. As a area thing, it is.
Now, Tank, Roach said earlier today that, you know, he feels like the guys that you've knocked out recently don't have a chin. What's your response to that?
We gotta test his chin out. Come watch the first.
We ain't on that. Motherfuckers don't hit me in
What's
there.
your reaction to that, Lamont? You said, you know, you feel like guys...
That's what we gonna be in there for. He same thing he gonna try to test. I'm gonna
You
try to
seen my
test.
post, right?
You said, which one?
Well, I told you to leave the kids home.
My son gonna be front and center.
The 29-year-old powerhouse has made it clear that his career is coming to an end in the next year.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight.
You're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
All right, I'll go to Lamont Roach Sr. over here. You know, obviously you have helped with your son becoming a world champion here. What do you need to do to craft a game plan to, no one's been able to solve Tank Davis. What do you need to do to, together with you and your team and obviously your son, to score that victory?
We're gonna do what we need to do to win. I'm not gonna get no secrets out, but we got a game plan. We're gonna execute it, and we're gonna get the results we see.
Move that head, bob and weave, bob and weave.
That go both ways.
That go both ways.
Bob and weave.
While fans are excited to see him in action one more time, there's also a bittersweet feeling knowing that we could be watching his last few fights.
How I'm going, I'm trying to get so much out of this and get away from it. Like, I don't have a house on the island. Y'all won't see me again, type shit. Like, that's how I'm trying to beat. I'm trying to beat all this shit, type shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be around this too much longer. I don't even want the spotlight. Y'all can have it.
But we all say this coming as Tank has been teasing early retirement for a couple of years now.
That's why I don't want to box anymore. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me where so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry. You know what I mean? Because I have two daughters. I'm wanting to be much softer, you know what I mean? Be more humble and things like that.
Now, the big question on everyone's mind is, who will be Tank's final opponent? Well, we've got a pretty solid idea, and trust me, it's going to be a fight for the ages.
A new deal, 7-fight deal, which is music to the ears of many boxing fans. Get to see you in action for several more years. What type of names are we talking about on those 7 names?
Whoever you name, they could be in it.
If I name some fighters, can you say yes or no?
Yep.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yep.
Ryan Garcia.
Yep.
Devin Haney.
Yep.
Isaac Cruz.
Yeah, but there's 2 people I already beat already, but yeah.
Errol Spence.
Outside the ring.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, September. November.
Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah.
Out of all of those guys, who do you think's the most difficult opponent for you?
Floyd Mayweather.
That's right, folks. Gervonta Davis' final opponent is none other than Floyd Mayweather. Yes, you heard that right. The man who has been a mentor to Tank, the legendary Floyd Mayweather, could be stepping into the ring for one last showdown with his protégé.
But I must say this, the most exciting fighter that's acting and fighting in boxing right now is Gervonta Tank Davis. When Gervonta Tank Davis go out there and fight, he reminds me of Pretty Boy Floyd. Because Pretty Boy Floyd, you couldn't go get no popcorn. You couldn't go get no soda. You couldn't go get no candy. You don't want to miss nothing.
If you've been following boxing for a while, you know that Floyd and Tank have had a bit of a complicated relationship.
You know, he the one told Frank that I was running
at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
They've had their ups and downs, with Mayweather originally bringing Davis into the spotlight and helping him get the big fights. But as we all know, things in the fight game can get messy, and there's been some friction between the two. Floyd's promotion company, Mayweather Promotions, has been at the center of it, but things have cooled off over the years.
Oh my goodness. Floyd, you proud of Tank, Floyd? Proud of Tank, Floyd? Are you with his progress? Proud of Tank's progress, Floyd.
However, despite the tension, the two have maintained a sort of respect for each other. Floyd has never denied Tank's potential, and Tank, in turn, has acknowledged Floyd's influence on his career.
Last question, are we going to see Davis Garcia 2, the rematch?
It all depends. I mean, because, it's up to them two.
Right.
Still a big money fight.
Huge.
It was a hell of a fight. First fight. Like I said, it was a minor setback, but a major comeback in his last fight.
Right.
Hot back, made some millions, enjoying life, living life. That's what it's about.
But let's not forget, there's a history here that adds layers to this potential fight. Floyd Mayweather is still undefeated and arguably the best defensive fighter in history. Tank has the explosive power, the speed, and the mindset to dethrone a legend like Floyd. The story behind this fight could be the perfect way to cap off Tank's career.
When Floyd left Bob Arum, it's good for them to do it and become their own boss. And then if another guy does it, it's not good for the sport. He's disloyal. And what's wrong with Tank saying he want to be his own boss? And honestly, I've been there. The relationship between them two is very toxic. It's a toxic relationship. It's up and down and up and down. And I'm not going to elaborate to everything that I know, but it's a very toxic relationship. And that's why when I tweet stuff, I don't tweet often, but when I tweet, I may fire off 50 tweets in the day. And that's why when I tweeted certain things about the relationship, Tank retweeted it because he knows. Like, I'm not just gonna say what it is. It's a very toxic relationship. It's back and forth. And I think it will serve him best to go and be his own boss.
Now, let's talk about the fallout. Even though Tank and Floyd have been through a lot together, it hasn't all been sunshine and rainbows. Over the years, there have been rumors about issues behind the scenes, particularly with Tank's relationship with Mayweather Promotions.
I just wanna rock. I just wanna
At one point, Tank had serious issues with the way things were being handled by Floyd's camp. He felt like he wasn't getting the support he deserved in terms of promotions and his career trajectory.
What dirt? What's the name of it?
I see you got your people. Y'all all stepping, huh?
That, man.
Nigga, where Derek at? I don't know.
You don't like
Speak up, sir. Frank? What that mean?
Love limit. I don't like Floyd, motherfucker.
No, you don't. EJ do the trash talk, make you miss box.
One of the biggest points of the fallout came when Tank started to question whether Mayweather was really having his back. There were even moments where Tank hinted that he was ready to break away from the Mayweather camp and go his own way. This was a big deal because Floyd had been like a father figure to Tank, and this kind of public falling out stirred up a lot of drama in the boxing world.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. Like, I'll be super, super down. I don't know if
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
Is there a height limit in boxing?
Following the Tyson fight, tell us, exactly your expound on that.
Because why would he even want to fight him? And who told Mike Tyson to fight anyway?
Do you think that it might have tarnished Mike's legacy in a way?
Yeah, they did. They definitely did.
Fast forward to today, and Tank has made it clear that he's ready to retire from the sport. But there's this lingering tension with Floyd. And let's face it, nothing would be more poetic than having these two settle their differences in the ring. Floyd Mayweather is one of the best boxers ever, but Tank Davis has the power and the ambition to pull off a shocking upset. The drama surrounding their relationship, the tension, and the stakes would make this a fight everyone would want to see.
He talked about the Adrian Broner story. Actually, when he came to the gym, and it was the day before Adrian Broner was fighting Sean Porter. Right after the weigh-in, we went over to the gym because he wanted to see Tank box Devin Haney. Devin Haney was in good shape. Tank wasn't in good shape, but they worked, and it was some crazy work. And just with him and Devin working, it was crazy, entertaining work at that particular time. So I said, you know what? I like this kid.
Let's talk about the build-up here, because this is where things get really interesting. A Tank versus Mayweather fight in 2025 would be massive. Just imagine the drama leading up to this fight. The press conferences would be insane, with Tank talking about how he's ready to step out of Floyd's shadow and create his own legacy. Floyd would, of course, play the role of the undefeated legend who's coming back to show that he's still the king.
So Tank, how would you fight Floyd in his prime? Like, if you were to fight Floyd, like,
don't fight him.
If you guys were both in the,
Don't fight him. I wouldn't fight him. I mean, Floyd was good. He was top tier. I mean, me, I feel as though I could compete with any top fighter. I'm not saying me going at Floyd, but I'm saying, like, I feel as though my skills, and not to take nothing from Floyd, but I feel like my skills can compete with anybody that ever laced up a boxing glove.
You're crazy to watch, bro. Like, you hit like a f***ing train.
Yeah.
Like, you should f***ing...
Yeah.
But here's the thing. A fight like this would generate crazy money. We're talking about one of the biggest matchups in modern boxing history. The hype surrounding the event would be on a level we haven't seen since Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. If you guys remember, when Jake Paul faced Tyson, the buzz was insane. Everyone wanted to see if Jake Paul, the YouTuber turned boxer, could actually take down the legendary Iron Mike. While the fight itself didn't have the technical mastery of a traditional fight, the sheer star power and drama surrounding it made it a massive commercial success.
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't fault him for like stand to himself and things like that. You know what I mean? But it's also a part of me type thing, like come back and help too. You know what I mean? So it's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type shit. And a lot of people think like when I be tweeting on Instagram, I be mad. I just be talking.
Now, imagine that same level of hype, but with two real boxers. Floyd Mayweather, a literal living legend, taking on his former protege Gervonta Davis, who's hungry to prove he's the future of boxing. rivalry, the history, the potential for an upset. That's a recipe for an epic showdown. Money would be flowing in from all directions, from ticket sales, pay-per-views, sponsorships, and merchandise. This fight would make bank. Okay, so why is this fight the perfect send-off for Tank Davis? First of all, it's the ultimate test for Tank's legacy. Beating Floyd Mayweather would elevate Tank to an entirely different level. It would cement his place as one of the most dominant fighters of his generation. If he manages to take down Floyd, he's doing what so many fighters dream of, defeating the undefeated legend.
You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
But even beyond that, there's a deep emotional connection here. Tank has learned so much from Floyd. He's been under Mayweather's tutelage for a long time, and this would be the ultimate moment of closure.
In my opinion, Tank is the best fighter in the entire world. And another terrific opportunity on June the 15th to go out there and show you guys why he's the top dog.
Just out of curiosity, bro, you said that Floyd was kidnapped by the Abu Dhabi folks. Any comment on that?
And again, like I was just saying, again, Tank's that guy. And for all the guys out there in the weight class and around the weight class, he's coming to get each and every one of you guys.
Tank proving he's ready to take over the sport, while Floyd may be looking to pass the torch to his student. But in true Mayweather fashion, he'd want to show that the torch isn't ready to be passed yet.
When I say certain things, they say, oh, he's hating. There's no different from when I talked about the thing with Gervonta. For instance, when I said that I need all fighters, I said I need all the young fighters that's making money in the sport of boxing. What I need you guys to do is do this. Whether it's Chrome Heart, Gucci, Louis, Mercedes, we need to take our money and invest in real estate so that we can live that same great life when our careers are over. So I guess that he took it as, I guess he's the only one that wears Chrome Heart. He's the only one that wears Gucci. He's the only one that wears Louis Vuitton. He's the only one that drives a Mercedes. And last time I checked, we got fighters all around the world that wear top flight clothes that make good money.
All right, fight fans, we've reached the end of today's video, but man, this is going to be one wild ride leading up to 2025. Tank Davis versus Floyd Mayweather could be the fight of the century. The drama, the build-up, and the money involved. It's all setting up for something truly special. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Would you be hyped for this fight, or is there someone else you think Tank should face for his final opponent? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates on this insane fight. See you in the next video.